Hello all. In this video we'll talk about Azure ML Studio and how do you integrate it with Unity. My name is Abhishek Nandai. I am Intel Black Belt developer as well as principal engineer at P360. So one of the most important aspects of you do machine learning is that you find ways to integrate with different kind of platform. So Unity is one of the best gaming platform that's completely open source and you can start using it. So integration between the both is like a winning combination. So we will do that. So let's start with how do you get started with Azure ML. So we will be using the Azure ML Studio. Now if we just go back, we have opened the Azure ML Studio over here. Now the experiment that we run was one of the scenarios, and we have done a multi-class logistic regression. So let us just check at the data that we have. So here you see from the product table CSV there are like data that consist of days, hours and some products that we can use accordingly. Okay, so now if you can see that like I have already done this experiment with training experiment as well as predictive experiment. So Azure ML Studio gives us a lot of resources for us to get started, and it's like a very good way to start learning about machine learning. So one way is like this training experiment and one is this predictive experiment as well. So if I just widen it up over here, you will see at one point when we start this particular machine learning exercise is we have used a product table that we have already shown, that CSV file. So it consists of the day, hour and product items that are there. Now apart from that, what we have done is that we have applied multi-class logistic regression. Now if you want to use these different kind of algorithms that are available, so you can just type in here logistic regression, so you will see the options. So it's from the classification base and we have used it. Now to make the experiment more sensible, we have split the data. So if I just click on it, it's 70-30 ratio, and after that we have done we have trained the model. Okay, so the selected column over here is the product column, that is this particular option, product column. Okay, and after that we have done the scoring. So after doing the scoring over here, we have evaluated the model. So if you are starting a simple Azure machine learning experiment, this is the way you get started. You first bring in the CSV file, then you split the data, apply an algorithm that works for you. In this case we are applying classification. Then you train the model, and after that we just score. We give a scoring to this model using the score model option. This is a drag and drop UI experience that we have in Azure ML Studio Classic, and then we evaluate the model. So in the evaluate model option you will see a lot of places that you can check around. So if I click on visualize over here, it would give us the results. So you see that it gives the overall accuracy, and after that average accuracy, micro average precision, average recall, macro average recall, and you have the confusion matrix. So when we consider about like confusion matrix, the most important part is like matching up with what we are doing. So if you see like let's take a simple example. So you want to classify between a cat and a dog. So in that case what happens is you make a confusion matrix of 2 cross 2, and from there you can check like what's the accuracy from it. In here, because there are a lot of options, you will see like on both ways you will see all of the products listed. So if you just match cup to cup, so it says like cup to cup ratio, it has matched 0.6, So our result that are predicted, like we thought of it as cup and predicted as cup as 0.6. So that's like a frequency that's been created. You can take the help, because confusion matrix also plays a very important role when you are doing machine learning itself. So after that, our model is completely ready. We do the predictive experiment. So what does this predictive experiment does? It creates a web service for us. As you see, like here, we have run this web service input and there is web service output. So what exactly it does? It does allow us to deploy the model as an API. So if I just click on this particular option, like go to the web service, and I just open it up, you'll see like it will open up in a different place, and just wait for it to come up. So we have this option, like the entire scenario has been created. We have the API queue, the API key, and we can get started accordingly. So this is the most advantageous part in terms of integrating Azure machine learning with Unity. So how do you use it? This API key is very much important. So now what we do is we'll just open up Unity over here. We have Unity opened up. There are two scripts. One is this product prediction that we do, and one is a shelf keeper. So this shelf keeper, what exactly it does is like it just gives a spawn point. So we are showing that this particular product is being sold more, so it spawns from the information it gathers from the Azure ML Studio service. So if I go back to the product prediction over here, now if I move along this particular piece of code, and one more general point is that as we are using Unity, it uses C#. Okay, so when we are working with it, you will see at a place where we would be passing on a particular parameter, that is like the request for the machine learning that we are doing. Okay, and apart from that, we are also using the REST API key. So what I would do is, like, I will open this particular piece of code in the editors that we have. Now if you see that particular authorization key, that is private string auth key, if I go back to the Azure machine learning, so this is the key that we are using, and we have put that key over here to get started, and also the service point. So service endpoint. So how do you get this service endpoint? So if we see from this particular option itself, request response, if we just click on request response over here, now you will see a particular service key generated. So this is the service key that you would use for your purpose in Unity, already provided. That's we have provided over here. Now with this, what happens is that the entire machine learning scenario, that is the example that we did, this particular experiment that we had, so this experiment that we did, the training experiment, the entire process is being called in Unity as a service, the API service that we created from Predictive Experiment. So in that case, what happens is that it is reflected over here. We have models for different type of chopping the products that we had, like cup model, cutlery, knife, ladle model, napkin, plate model, salt, pepper, spatula, and wooden sensor. So if you match up with all the options, you will see all of these matching against these options over here. So now if I just click on play, what actually it would do, it would interact between Unity as the IDE to run the application, and will in turn call the Azure ML Studio service. So let us just check. So we have hit now play. So now as the link was being done, you see the products that are being sold today as the most important one. So this is the way you can get going with Unity as well as Azure ML Studio. So one of the most important part we have done over here is like we have used the Azure ML Studio Classic, and we have integrated Unity and Azure ML Studio. So more to follow on my discussion, and you will see more updates on different kind of topics related to machine learning. Then I would be also covering upon responsible AI at a later point of time, like a fairness model and all. And also we will study Azure ML Studio as well as Azure Synapse. That's the next big thing from Microsoft. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more and more experiments that will help you learn. Thank you.